Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, hi, I'm Velga and I do lots of fantasy art. So in my last video, lots of you seemed to really enjoy that one, where I made the sharks that could evolve into humans. And I'm happy a lot of you enjoyed that video because you guys liked that video, you subscribed, and you let me know what you think in the comment section below. It really helps my channel grow and I really appreciate it. So this week I will be doing another creature design and it's going to be a dragon, and I'll be calling it the shotgun dragon. So the shotgun dragon, I actually already had this idea in my head for quite some time now about the shotgun dragon, and I didn't really know what it would look like, but I did of course have an idea, you know what? A dragon, of course, that would have shotgun-esque elements to it. And I never really knew how I would go about doing it, or even when. But something happened to me today. Today, just this one friggin' gecko. This gecko, like it's an Indonesian thing. And everybody would just have geckos in their houses here. I've heard that in the US, the thing that they have in their houses is it's called house centipedes. Like, I think, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, here, at least in Indonesia, I don't know if this is the whole of Southeast Asia, we have geckos. Like, there's this one giant gecko, not really giant, but giant for its species. Like, it likes to come around and just bother me. You know, like I would look away for like 5 minutes and it would be eating my food. Like it would eat my rice. And today, as I was eating, every 30 seconds, I would look away. Let's say I would look away for 30 seconds. And when I look back, this gecko would be just standing right next to my coffee cup. Like it just wants to jump into my coffee cup. It was so annoying. Like I kept on shooing it away. It wouldn't go away. It kept coming back. Like if I would just not pay attention to my coffee cup, it would be right there standing. But in the end, I did finish my coffee, and then I just let it do whatever it wanted to do with my coffee cup. And what it did, you know what, I kid you not, it did the same exact pose as this shotgun dragon that I'm drawing right now, which is why it wasn't really hard for me to draw this one, because that gecko, the pose that gecko did, was exactly like this, and it's burned in my brain. Like I just went on Procreate and started drawing it as the shotgun dragon. What it did was it just kept on eating coffee grounds for like 5 minutes and then it just went away. It was so weird. But by the way, I'm very happy to have designed a dragon that I can now place inside a conventional forest. Finally, like in a video where I drew dragons for the first time, which is this one. In that video, I made one dragon that I could place within these two places, okay? Within the Foggy Marsh and within the Harvester Woods. And if you don't know what those places are, you can go ahead and watch these videos of mine. But the super short version would be, I designed a continent, and the continent is called Glaive, and the northern tip of this continent, of course, is called Northern Glaive, and right here is the Foggy Marsh, and the Foggy Marsh is a sort of safe haven surrounded by the Harvester Woods, and the Harvester Woods is a brutal and unforgiving forest where lots of grotesque monsters live. Okay, and anyway, if you'd like to know more about these places, I do suggest you to watch my videos where I discuss about them in more detail. But back to the dragons. Aside from that one dragon I made, the rest of them didn't really look like I could place them anywhere for now. So this time I'm glad I have a brand new dragon I can place somewhere in the forest surrounding Gale Rend. And because I have been lingering in the southeastern part of Northern Glaive for too long, so I'm excited to start exploring over here at Gale Rend instead. And yeah, I changed the name of this one village. And if you've been here since the beginning of my world building, you would notice that previously this village was not named Gale Rend. And if you look at this video where I introduced you to Persevera, my world, I guided you through Northern Glaive. And this one village right here was named Gale Rond, but now I've changed it to Gale Rend. It was sounding kind of corny, and this is just better. And now I am going to go on CSP. Just making sure I'm still recording. Okay, good. Right, so we're in CSP now. This is the one dragon that I told you was going to fit in the Foggy Marsh right here and the Harvester Woods. And the dragon I made, the shotgun dragon, is this one. And it's going to go all the way here. Gale Rend. This town, this little village is Gale Rend. And it's surrounded by forests, right? And the shotgun dragon is going to go here. Because look at it, look at the color. It really suits how it's got no wings. It's kind of like a Komodo dragon. Yeah, it's a big lizard. We call it a dragon, so why not also call this one a dragon? And what it does is it shoots out stuff from this part of its neck, and I'll get to that later. But for now, let's start at the head. The head, it's a cool looking dragon shaped face. And if you look over here, I like how it's just, hang on, it's the brush. Okay, here it is. Right here. It looks very sharp. Like its teeth is made of armor. Like imagine if a bird's got a beak. Well, birds have beaks. But imagine if it's a bird beak, but it's in the shape of like teeth, you know, instead of just an upper part of the beak like that going shut over the lower part. Instead, it just looks like this. And even though the beak itself looks like it's teeth shaped, it's actually got more teeth inside, and you'll see that later. And this horn, it serves as more than just a horn. It serves as its crosshairs, because of course in the back it's got this barrel. And the barrel is where I'm gonna call this one the barrel. You could call it the pine cone, but I think I'm gonna call it the barrel. And the barrel is where it just blasts out short range explosions, because it is still a dragon, and the idea of a dragon always being able to breathe fire is commonly known, right? And I thought, why not if a dragon could still expel some kind of fire or like hot substances or just explosions somewhere else on the head part or neck part of its body. It's just not gonna come from inside its mouth. Inside is gonna come from the neck instead. And you can see how it's got these frills sort of just transitioning into the barrel, and the barrel's got holes that are facing forwards, facing this way. And it's got lots of holes here, and the holes is where it just sort of fires short range explosions. It's gonna like fire. It's only effective to a range of about this far. And you as a person, you would be about this big. You'd be this big. So what it does is simple. It bites down, and then it just goes boom. Or it can just aim. If it knows where you are, it wants to go for your body, and it can just sort of use the horns as crosshairs. And you're close enough for it to just for this dragon to just explode its neck at you, and it will just hit you and then just penetrate you all over like a shotgun shell would, and you know, it get you. You're done. You're gone. You're gone. You know, KO. And from the barrel, it will transition to the upper torso. And I made sure it's got these tropical kind of colors, or like just jungle sorts of colors. It's just like purple and brown and green, and it's even got a little bit of pink over here. And it's got a little bit of yellow, and on the other side is quite cool colored. And the tail, it's as if, imagine if this gecko is perched on just like a giant coffee cup. Because that's what the gecko at my house did. It was just perched like this on its coffee cup, and there was lots of coffee grounds right here, and it was just like licking it and eating it. And it just, when it was done, it just went away. But anyway, just imagine if this dragon was perched on something, and this is the kind of pose it's striking. I think it's really cool. And this dragon has like a really muscular upper body. Look at the shoulders and the arms. It's very strong and muscular and big because it needs to be able to support the recoil that's gonna come from shooting this thing at its prey. And you're going to be seeing it grabbing onto something on its mouth later. But yeah, what do you think about this one? I think it's quite cool. It's one of the more realistic shaped dragons I've made. And I really like how the fingers look like it's just like a giant version of a gecko's like fingers. Yeah. And I will be guiding you through the design process. So here we go. I started out with this one. It's just the face, side profile, and I gave it this sort of flaps on its side, and it's got a texture similar to that of the antlers of a moose. I almost called this one a moose dragon. I might just keep this design. And I planned on the explosions to just come out from these little slits. And it will sort of just like spray forward just stuff, like fiery stuff. And I went into this because it didn't really look shotgunny, you know, like, and I went into this. I stripped apart that part, the antler part on the sides of its face, and I went naked with just the face like this. And then I added the barrel, and it used to protrude out like this, but I didn't think it would look good as it is now, so I went with another design, and this other design would be like, imagine if there are segments to the barrel itself, like it's split into 3, and each of these parts would just move individually, kind of like a, like a crab shell or like a centipede. Like it would just move individually as if it's like armor, like several layers of armor stacked on top of each other. But then I thought, you know what if this thing gets stuck in some branches, and the branches get stuck inside these gaps, you know, and it wouldn't be able to bend its neck anymore. So I scrapped that idea, and I went for something more similar to this, which is this one. And this made it to the final design, this barrel. You can see the common frills here. Hang on. Okay, right here the frills. And of course the holes facing forward from the barrel. And this is the next part of the design. I started making the upper body look super huge, right? Like it's huge, and this arm is supposed to be its elbow. Right here is supposed to be its elbow, not its shoulder, you know, it's supposed to be its elbow. So this is supposed to be its forearm, and the hands are supposed to be like down here. like that. And you're not supposed to be able to see the shoulders, so the idea is that it would be able to assume like this is the view of its body from the front. I wanted the, let's say, the head to be right here. I wanted the shoulders to come out like that, kind of like a turtle, and then it would have the elbows jutting out like that, and it'll be covered in our armor. And the forearm would go lower, would go down over here, and this is where its hands are gonna be. And then this should just be able to sort of click into place. So this would just be able to, whoa, hang on. So this should just be able to go in like that and click into place, kind of like a turtle. And the reason is so that it can sort of just secure itself for when it fires its shotgun at its prey. That was supposed to handle the recoil part. And I made several more designs like that, like this one. I added more spikes on its back, still the same elbow design. And again, another one here, even more spikes, like a huge torso. Still huge torso, a little bit smaller than before, but still huge. And here's a different elbow design, similar in function, but still similar design. Similar in function, but different design. Sorry. It's also a different one, but still similar in function. But finally, I just settled. You know what? I'm gonna just draw that gecko, that annoying gecko that I saw earlier. The one that was trying to drink my coffee. And I went from this, and I carried on into possibly trying out one that would be more elongated in shape and like quadrupedal. Is that what it was? What you call it? When it just walks on 4 legs like a dog. So it would just where's the brush tool? Okay, it would just go right here, and it would curve into a tail, just like a monitor lizard. But I felt like this is kind of too uncanny. It might even look too realistic. So I decided with finally the gecko pose. And I liked how I added the shadows already in black with the sketch layer. And then I finally added the tail. And there we go. This is the final design that we have ended up with. And now this is the colored version. I think it's really cool. I really like how the lines are very wispy. But yeah, and here's a shot of it from a different angle. And if you look here, this is the teeth-shaped beak, right? But there are still teeth on the inside, as you can see. This is also teeth. And this is the one tooth-shaped part of the lower beak. And this is the same thing, but on the other side. And this is the horn. It's crosshair horn. And you can't see the eyes, it's like hidden away because of this upper cheek. It's supposed to be right here, but you can't see. And you got the frills going like that, and transitioning into the barrel. And this is where the holes are. Here's one, here's another one, here's another one, another one, another one. And here it transitions back into the neck. And here is one with its jaw more open, looking kind of like a T-Rex. And this one is a shot of it with cattle in its mouth. So the jaws, the upper teeth, beak teeth thing is supposed to go like this, right? But it's sort of sunk into the flesh of this cow, so it's like gone. It's like cut off here because it's digging deep into the flesh of this cow. And you can see how these holes, these puncture wounds, are made from its shotgun barrel. It fired something from its neck. And what it did was, it either waited in the bushes for this cow or buffalo to get close enough, and then it would just fire its shotgun, or it would actually chase, and to quickly kill, it would just bite down real hard, and it would just explode its shotgun at the cow. And there we go. It's like instant food, instant noodles. But yeah, that's about it for my dragon design, my creature design for this week. Let me know what you think, guys. Here is the full screen version. Ever since I made the video of drawing dragons for the first time, I have just been obsessed with dragons. I have been drawing a lot of dragons off screen. I've even drawn them for other people, like I'll show you next time. But like, I actually have a list of the kinds of dragons I'd like to draw, and I'm gonna just read out some of it to you real quick. And some of them are called the cauliflower dragon, the balloon dragon, the siege tower dragon, the Thor hammer dragon, and the decapitated dragon. I've mentioned the decapitated dragon before. I'm gonna have to draw this dragon soon because it's got something to do with the bone priests. And yeah, I keep coming up with new dragon ideas every day, and I like to just add them to my list so I don't forget. And also, it would be fantastic if you have any cool dragon ideas that you could just tell me. Because like, if you do, you could let me know in the comment section, and I'll just make sure to add it to my list, and I can draw it in the future. And if it belongs in Persevere, I could just put them in my world. Although it doesn't actually have to be a dragon, it could be any monster. Because like, if you visit my channel, like you'll see that I actually draw lots of different kinds of monsters. But yeah, doesn't have to be a dragon. Like, if you have any cool monster recommendations, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think, because I read every comment. And I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.